episode. But this is what you're hearing, Infinity X celebrating gospel music of black origin. Just getting back into the studio. I've been out on a busy June, beginning of June. Still got to be doing a number of stuff. And one of the number of stuff I've been preparing for is going to be featured here on the station as something that's really important for African, especially Afro-Caribbean and even African spaces. I know sometimes people will feel that I believe that African people don't have anything to say about Windrush. It's not their interest, but what I will say is that something that I've learned doing my series called Recounted. It's on we're in a developing work in progress right now when it comes to that brand of GR360, where we are to kind of celebrate the impact of gospel musicians, which has not been documented and which has been disrespected right to this very day in black music and world music, as we have been part of making so many hits and written off so many hits, especially through the 80s and the 70s and the 90s and the 2000s. So many of our great singers and musicians have been part of some great stuff, and we're here to celebrate that. And one thing I realized for the Afro-Caribbean people, I felt like we faced the brunt of, I say we because my grandparents were part of that generation who came over here. That for me, that the modern black person or person of African descent does not really appreciate what they went through, what they did with very little. I think people always say, but back home is terrible. Yes, there's some back home terrible situations for immigrants right to this very day. It's not just about that. I feel that, after World War II, there's a lot of things that maybe older generation didn't tell us. Because they just wanted to shield us. And I think we all went against them. I think there's a bad habit of Afro-Caribbeans not to pass on knowledge. They rather hide things away from you. It's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? That's been a problem because we have this habit, because we've got no history. Our history been taken away from us. We have this habit of just keeping a certain amount of days of our history kept in our system, and then we just clear it out. But it's about time we respect and I love and we really celebrate our history, and this is what we're trying to do here. So we're going to be celebrating it here, and I think that if you check out the station and Windrush Day, we're going to be doing different things here, part of Gospel Link 360, that will be celebrating the Windrush generation going forward 100%, and getting young people involved in terms of the reproducing of this journey. But what I will say is that it's about time we in a community, especially the Christian community, really celebrate this day. I hope that churches are doing that, and Windrush is not just a scheme that was done by the government. Everybody just sees the Windrush scandal. That's all it's known by, and it's known more. It is a bit more than when I hear Windrush, I think about the boat that came over, that brought boats that brought many people over. I was in Bournemouth, knowing that I believe my nan, she came in by the boat from St. Kitts, came into Southampton, and it's looking at the sea and arriving at this dull country. And no offense to this country, we got sunny day today anyway. So, but back then, they're coming from the Jamaica, the West Indies, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, St. Thomas has a county everywhere. All different islands, St. Vincent, and Barbados, Bahamas, they're coming from everywhere in the Caribbean. And they came to this space, and salute to them. And I believe a lot of their journeys have died with them. And we some of us are the last people to know some of their journey, and we're here to be on top of this and to be celebrating this. So guys, watch out for Affinity Extra, and it's really, really important that we document it, that please guys, you celebrate and support us in celebrating our elders. It's not just about having a Golden Ages club in our churches. We have to go beyond that and celebrate it. And it's not about just our church brethren talking about how they set up the church. It's more than just setting up churches. It's what they've done in the communities, what they've done in hospitals, what they've done in mental institutions, what they've done in children care in the UK. You know what I'm saying? We have been a major part to play, but it was at a major cost. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our coping mechanisms we used the church like I said, the church was part of our coping mechanism. Our choruses, our escapisms, always looking to heaven in our songs. Never enjoying the earth, wanting to enjoy the earth, because the earth was so bad to us. Watch out, you being too dramatic? You may think so, you know what I mean? But we're going to play some songs, and when you listen to the songs lyrics, you know, not now, but you know, when we on a station, and we're going to be doing it on the stream, so when we play these songs, guys, you're gonna realize, oh, 1 second, these songs are just all about when, you know me, leaving this space. When I get to heaven, what is this? When I get to heaven, when I get to heaven, when I get to heaven, that's all I hear, because this earth was so bad. So this is Roger the Phoenix Extra. Listen, salute to the Windrush Generation. I wouldn't be here without you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that we do now. And if you're not you're part of the African diaspora and you're not come through slavery, like the Caribbeans or the South Americans or the North Americans, the end of the day, so yeah, they still could pave the way for all of us. Everybody who is brown of African descent, they paved the way in a great way through doing work professionally. Then we're not all this so-called perception of being drug dealers and drama people. They came and they worked hard with dignity, and we have enough love and respect to the Windrush Generations here on Affinity Extra. But listen, that's me, Roger. Whoa, getting started, man. I'm gonna play 2 tunes anyway, so yeah. But it's Roger and Affinity Extra, celebrating gospel music about origin and celebrating amazing Windrush Generation, man.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have